Just start with it.
We should have used that intro. Just when Tenny.
There's no lyrics.
It's nice like this.
It is nice.
I like that version.
It is nice.
Should I keep going?
Nah.
So, I mean, I don't know if we gone?
Yeah, we go.
Yeah, that was the original idea for Scandal of Grace. I mean, it would have been pretty late at night. I think everyone was at dinner. And I forced Benjamin Tenikoff, also lovingly known as Tenny, because there's many Tennys in this world. But he stayed back with me because I just wanted to record on my phone, at least that idea. And man, we just played it through. And at the time I showed it to Joel and Mikey, and I think, they both really loved the idea, but it was kind of like a little bit out of the picture from everything else that was happening at the time. So I think we just sat on it for a bit, and I felt like I kept pushing it. I was like, I really feel like this could work.
It was a beautiful idea. It was just how was it gonna fit?
Yeah.
Because I was like, I love it. Like I just don't know, like where does it go and how does it fit in with everything else? And
I had no answers.
And to be honest, we had worked on so many songs, and we were kind of, we're doing these crazy hours in this old abandoned warehouse, like rats and like it was moldy. It was like the back of an old theater, 100-foot ceilings, cement box, in the Lower East Side of New York City. And Matt would kind of get stuck. Like you'd be working on an idea, and like sometimes it would be flowing. Everyone's kind of like having a great time, and then it kind of gets to the point where everyone would be like, "Anyone hungry? Like, should we go get some food?" It's like, yeah, right. And then one night, I guess it was just all of a sudden it was like there was a piano there, and I just started kind of playing something on it, and it just kind of flowed. This chorus kind of just flowed out of what he had, and we were both like, oh, that kind of really works.
Yeah.
And we just threw these scratch lyrics down, which actually kind of pretty much the chorus lyrics now. It'd be like you know.
It was still really swingy, like on the thing. And then Mikey was like, well, if we're gonna do it, we need to kind of bring it into.
That was my biggest frustration with the whole song, is the swing to it, like the original.
And if it stayed like that, it would not have been on this album. But I mean, that's the genius of Mikey, is knowing how to bring something into line with everything else. So.
Yeah. So it kind of we put it to the band, and the band just kind of brought it to life, and we were trying to find a lyric for it and kind of what it was about, and I had remembered this conversation I had with this guy, and we were just talking about God. Like, there was this guy who wasn't a believer, and there was a guy who kind of, like was a believer but like wasn't really into church and stuff. And we were just talking about the things of God and who God is, who Jesus is. And I remember this guy who was kind of like the disgruntled believer kind of guy, just going, but to this other guy who didn't believe, well, the thing is, it doesn't make sense, mate. Like, that's the scandal of grace. And I'll never forget it. I was like, exactly. And I just love that thought, the scandal of grace. And I think sometimes when we think about something that's scandalous, we think about something that is kind of like wrong or something that's happened. And to be honest, negative. But I love the paradoxical nature of the gospel. And the fact is, the grace of God through Jesus is completely scandalous. It's the reason they crucified Jesus, because of who he said he was and what he was there to do. And it's the reason why even now so many people have a hard time accepting the love and grace of Jesus. It's much easier to live by a set of rules, or it's much easier to, try and do all these good things to make your way to God. But to think that he made his way to us, and, that there's not enough good enough things we can do to get to God. All we have to do is accept the good thing that He did for us, and I love that. And there's a scripture in Romans that just says, I will lay a stumbling block in Zion, a rock of offense, but whoever puts their trust in Him shall never perish. And I just love that picture, especially coming out of Cornerstone, that whole, picture of Cornerstone, and thinking, like the Cornerstone's actually a stumbling block because His grace is so extravagant and just scandalous that it can be hard for us to accept it. But that's faith and that's trust, and I think this song's kind of really deep, but I love the way the lyric kind of came together and the message behind it.